Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're taking a look at my 2001 Bombardier Traxter. Basically it started leaking fuel a little while back, and it turned out this bottom grommet was bad. And as I was thinking about it, I think that's the reserve. That makes sense to me, that this bottom one would be the reserve, and the top one over here on the other side of the light here, this one would be your main fuel line. Now this one wasn't leaking. But I was dripping out of the bottom, so it wasn't safe to start and run the thing. It probably would have started and ran, but I didn't want to take any chances with that. So I went ahead and got online and ordered from Fox Power Sports, I believe is the name of the company. Great company to do business with. They got me these things like, I ordered them and I had them like 2 or 3 days later. I was really impressed. But basically, as you can see here, I ordered a couple of new fuel filters. These actually go inside of the tank. Ordered some new tubing. They sent me a whole bunch more than I needed, but that's cool because I'll put it up and store it in the bag, and I should have it if I ever need this stuff again or for another project. But here's the bad grommet. Looks to me like somebody was using ethanol gas in this thing because it completely ate the bottom grommet out. The whole, here's another one that came out of the vent. Not as bad, but you can see it's got some damage on it. This one here looks the best of all. I don't know if it's been changed out at one point or another, but I'm going to go ahead and change it out as well so that I've got all 3 new grommets in place. So I've already done the top one, and I had a stainless steel elbow, and I stuck that on there with a little piece of the tubing, and that's just for a vent anyways. It doesn't actually have much hose on it. So as you can see, you've got to take quite a bit of stuff off. You've got to take this lower section here off the floorboard. You've got to take the foot peg off, and it's kind of weird to wiggle that out of there, but it will work. And then once you do that, you can get to this side here. It's a lot easier to see what you're working on. So next up, I've already taken the grommet off this bottom one, and I've cleaned off the fitting with a little carburetor cleaner on a rag. I need to repeat the process on this one, but I'm just going to do them one at a time. This one's going to be the harder of the two to do. Also, you can see I've cleaned out around there with a rag and a little carburetor cleaner, just so I've got a nice clean surface. I'm not really fond of these through holes like this on a plastic gas tank. I really wish Bombardier would have put some sort of a fitting on there, even if it was a plastic outlet fitting. But it'd been better if they'd have put some like a pipe thread type of a situation on there, a pipe thread nut, to where you could thread a fitting in there and actually have a hard fitting. That would be really nice, but they didn't do that. And to be honest, it's lasted almost 20 years, so they did something right. My advice to you though is don't use ethanol gas in anything that has these grommets like this, or unless you like replacing them. And at Fox Power Sports, these weren't bad. I looked on eBay and they were like $8 or $9 a piece for these genuine Bombardier ones. But Fox had them for like I think they were $3 a piece, $3.50, something like that. A much better deal. So check them out, guys. They were great to do business with. They had a parts diagram to where you could see exactly what you were buying and make sure you were buying it for the correct year. It was an excellent experience, so I recommend them highly. So next up, let's try to get this thing, get the GoPro set up here where you guys can look over my shoulder and see what's going on. Okay, we're ready to put the new grommet on. I'm going to get just a little bit of this white lithium grease just because it helps these things slide on a little easier, especially the hose. So get your new grommet, slide it all the way on. And I had to kind of guesstimate on how long to make this hose for the bottom one for the reserve. You just want it to go in and kind of go down, so whenever you position it all, make sure that the curve of the hose is allowing the fitting to go downward. So we're going to stick that on. All the way. Oh. Well, I got to order more parts. Okay, as you saw, I broke that last fitting, but here in a moment I'll show you what I think is going to work for a quick fix for this thing, at least until I get a new part on order. I moved the top fitting down to here because I'm more worried about this bottom one. If this one goes bad again on me, I'll have to do the same thing and remove the entire side cover and really get in here deep to get to this bottom one. On the other hand, if that top one over there leaks, then I can get to it without, you know, without so much tear down. So I'm going to try this again. I may break this next fitting, so be prepared for that. I'm going to put more stuff on, more grease on this time, especially on that bottom section. Okay. Oh, don't forget your grommet. Grommet goes on all the way. We're going to shove this thing on carefully. Okay, that's as far as I dare go. So now we got to worm all this stuff back in there. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to try to get it started with my finger. Hopefully I can do this without breaking anything. Pull this out. Slide the grommet down past the hose like that so that it makes the grommet area smaller, and move my spring. Okay, it should go in easier now. Far enough right. Oh, fuck. Kidding me. Okay, I'm starting to get pissed off, so no. It's like there's no taper to this thing. There's no barb on it or anything, so you just have to shove it through that hole. But it ain't wanting to go. So let's try some of this. I'm going to try to lube it. Really didn't want to do that, but I can't get it to go in. So let's try again. And I'm trying to get the opposite side away from me started first, so that I can work it in over here. But there's just not room for me to get my hand in through the top here. This stupid thing is pissing me off. There's no reason it should be this hard to get in there, especially considering I pulled the hose back through. I think it's going. Oh God. That's one way to get a sweat going. We ain't done yet. So let's see if I can shove this thing in now. Okay, it's in. Oh boy, that was not easy. I should have drank a V8 this morning. I didn't. As you saw earlier, I broke that plastic fitting. So I came up with this stainless steel 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch barbed elbow. And the reason I think this is going to work is because when I shove this in, it's going to flare this fitting out enough to where hopefully I don't struggle as much getting this one in. But the point is once I get it in there, then I can shove the hose through and that will flare it out and hopefully seal it up. I don't recommend you guys doing this. I'm only doing this because I'm tired of waiting on parts. If it works, then that's great. I'd rather have stainless steel fittings in there, but you know, because it's a gasoline line, you need to really pay attention to this if you decide to make the alterations. It's a suction line, so it shouldn't be any issue. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with it, and it sealed up is really hard to get on there, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with this. So I'm gonna proceed with this and try to install this guy. Okay, so what I ended up doing on that last one was I got the one side in like that. Hand me that big black screwdriver. And I was able to kind of work it in. I don't think this one's going to be as hard because I can get to it a lot easier. That other one at the bottom, location was the problem. So once you kind of get it started, so hopefully this will go right in. Yes, yes. I'm going to push it in a little more on that side. Careful not to rip the grommet. I'm actually having to push a lot harder than I'd like to on this thing, but that's the way it was designed apparently. So the idea here is this stainless steel, of course, is going to replace that plastic fitting that was broken. And now that when I shove this in, it should seal everything up. Not too far. I just want to go in to right there. And I want to make sure I'm in far enough that it's not going to push the thing back out. I don't think so. I wish I could have done that without any grease, but I don't think I'd have got it in there. So guys, that's how I fixed mine. I put a stainless steel fitting in on the top. I like it a lot better. It looks a lot better, and I know stainless steel, it's really hard to break them. A lot harder than plastic. So stay tuned here when I get this thing kind of buttoned back up to a degree. I'm not going to put the side covers back on yet because I'm going to pour gas in it first and then make sure I don't have any leaks. Quite a job to get those grommets in there, so be prepared for that. I broke a good sweat doing it, and I highly recommend a tube of this white lithium grease will help you out. Petro gel is what this one's called, so you can probably use, there's many different brands. KY I think makes one. So all right guys, stay tuned. We'll see if this repair worked or not. All right, now we're going to add some fuel, but I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time, like, you know, half a gallon or a gallon at first, and come check it and make sure that bottom grommet's not leaking. And then I'm going to add, I don't know, probably a couple of 2 or 3 gallons in it. Okay, we're going to take a look down here and see if we have any leaks. I don't see any signs of leaks yet. And the other side looks good also, so we're gonna just kind of watch that as we go. It definitely should be under the fuel by now, and I don't see anything dripping out, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna call that a success. No drips. It's dry as a bone. Keep your eye out on that if you do this repair. Keep watching it. I'm going to start the machine up here in a little bit, but we're not going to have time on this video to do that. But yes, perfect. I put about 3 gallons in it, And I know that both of these are now under the gasoline, so we're going to call this repair a success. It's kind of a pain to do this job. It's going to take you longer than you think. You might break a few fittings along the way and have to say a few swear words to get you through it. So be prepared for that. Have plenty of your favorite lube on hand. And a nice big pry bar or screwdriver that you can use like that one. That helped me out a lot. So again, appreciate you tuning in, and until next time, we'll see you later.